Yeah. Get shit out of here. Where you belong. There we go. There we go. We're back. Got some technical difficulties, but it's all good. Listen to this shit.
Yeah, this my strategy. We can make it work, but you mad at me. I know that pussy nigga, he no fan of me. I kinda took his bitch and lit his fantasy. And rarely do I linger, you might make me do it. You let me slide my finger to the base into it. I was trying to pace it, but you lacing shoes. When I was trying to be like JC, and I'm stupid. I was in the basement, I was shuffling tapes. I just want your face in it, cause I'm impatient. Maybe we could take a rest and keep it basic. I can be your nigga when your nigga missing. I know I'm straight, I'm back, okay, I see your laser. Focus better than me, cause I can't be no chaser. I can't do me no more, so do me a favor. Or I could be your nigga when your nigga trippin'. Miss me with that bullshit, no Scotty jokes. You the type of nigga who call Scotty bro. Then wonder why she let me dump and stretch her throat. I've been on my Lord. I need me a foreign. I don't need control. I don't need control. I've been on my Lord. I need me a foreign. I don't need control. I don't need control.
Yeah. We got some new technology today, man. We trying some new technology around this motherfucker. What's up, Blue Bill? Yeah. That's a slapper. We already know. This the motherfucking KO show, episode 9. And I'm a nigga that's fine. According to your bitch. It's been a while. Life been kicking my ass, man. But before we get into this motherfucker, man, you know what I'm saying? I want to say I'm getting old. Bit crazy right now. I know I'm getting old because I don't think I fuck with NFL anymore. So baby, we in this motherfucker episode 9 KO show. We're gonna talk about lots of things. You see, I got some new technology, camera tracking me. You know what I'm saying? I could be over here. I could be over here. Yeah. Got that motherfucking new technology. We trying some new shit out here. We saying fuck you to the old guys. That's the old service I was using. Little did I know I had this technology here sitting on my desk this whole time. And it just took a little motherfucking research, a little bit of science. But we back. Episode 9. We're gonna talk about some things today. Like I said, I'm working with new technology. So if shit get fucked up, that's why. We'll be all right. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm getting old, man. Certain things that used to excite me don't excite me no more. And new things be exciting me. And those new things that be exciting me be rather dull things. Um, One good thing is, me and my lady, we've been losing weight. And I thought my knee had been hurting the last year because I was just getting old and rickety. I ain't never had knee problems before. I never had a real knee injury, except for one time a lovely lady stomped my knee in. That was a long time ago. And I healed from that. I never had knee injuries, but my right knee had been hurting for damn near 2 years at this point. Didn't figure it out. Chat GPT, WebMD, all that dumb shit. Trying to figure out what's wrong with my knee. And it hurt every goddamn day. And I thought I was just getting old, man. Lost a bit of weight recently. And yeah, the knee got stumped. And it was stumped by the one in which you hate. But it was, young times. I was a young lad, 20 years old, something like that. And I healed from it. But anyway, long story short, I thought it was because I was getting old and rickety. Come to find out I was carrying too much goddamn weight. I lost a little bit of weight. After I even lost 5 pounds, my shit stopped hurting completely. I feel like a new man. You feel me? Thanks to you know who. That's right. They ain't ready for that though. They ain't ready for that type of information. We'll do that once we have a bigger platform and can, you know, spread the good word to the masses. But they ain't ready for that conversation. But we'll lead them there shortly. Not today, but maybe another day. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm getting old. My knee issue. And then I found my way back into baseball. Baseball. That's my new favorite sport. I used to like it a lot when I was a young lad, and I didn't pay much attention to it for a while. Years, in fact. So much that last I checked, Vladimir Guerrero was playing. I look up and the nigga's son is in the league. Killing. And I thought it was the old Vladdy. I thought the nigga was just playing at 50 years old. So I put two and two together and then I started gambling on the shit. And I started realizing I like this shit. It makes sense. They changed the rules and saved the league, and it's a faster game now. And I like it. And I was just gambling on it. You know what I'm saying? A little $5 here, a little $10 here. And I was winning more than I was winning on the NBA. I actually took a 6 month break from gambling because of the NBA playoffs. NFL, I hate all them niggas. But then I learned, oh, I'm hitting on the baseball. And I do my science. Because I'm a scientist. And then I found out I like this shit. And then that made me come to the conclusion. The white man and the Dominican man, they care about their craft when it comes to baseball. They do what they supposed to do. It's a cutthroat industry. They will trade you for a bag of peanuts. And stuff makes sense. It's an unpredictable sport, but it's more predictable than football, which I don't know what these new niggas doing. And basketball, gambling is a dangerous drug, folks. Don't do it unless you have an ounce of restraint. You keep putting in a little five. I mean, not keep, but that sounds addictive. But I put in a little $5, $10 max. I know it's motherfuckers that get their paycheck and go straight to the casino, get whacked over the head, and go home and can't pay their fucking shit. Now they working 89,000 hours a week. And I know that would be me if I let this shit get the best of me. But I ain't. So I keep it a little $5, $10 because I feel like a day with a chance off $5 is better than a day without. It costs goddamn at least fucking $30 a day just to exist out here in Arizona. Why not make it 35? You know what I'm saying? Get a little bet in, maybe win $100, maybe not. Maybe win 50, maybe win 60. But we're gonna be cooking up them lays tomorrow because we back in for the MLB playoffs. They left us for a day, but then we back. It's fun. And I knew I was old because I sat down and watched a Yankee game from start to finish, and I enjoyed it. And then after that, I watched the Miami Marlins game, who are not even in the playoffs. I think it was the last day of the MLB season, and I enjoyed it. I just enjoyed listening to it while I was cleaning. Now I understand why old niggas watch baseball, and I'm gonna watch baseball. I like it. I'm still learning. There's new science that I need to get myself updated with the analytics and everything. But who likes the baseball? Anyway, moving on. Big topic today may have actually affected a lot of you motherfuckers because a lot of you motherfuckers be working government jobs. They feel that it's safe. They feel that you gonna you hold on. They feel that it's safe. They feel that you gonna get them proper holidays off. You're gonna get X, Y, and Z off. You're gonna get your PTO. It's real structured. And a lot of motherfuckers like that structure. Them the motherfuckers that wanna work 40 hours a week for 35 years, retire and die in 2 years. Because you're eating cheeseburgers the entire time to cope with working that motherfucking structured ass job that you rotted your goddamn heart out. And now you can't even enjoy the fucking retirement. And that can't be me. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the government shutdown. Now, my lady is into politics. That's her thing. She likes to, absorb political information and be in the know, have knowledge on it. She likes to vote, be a reputable citizen to her community. Me, on the other hand, let's just say, how do I keep it PC? I'm not a fan. I'll just say that. I'm not a fan. I've been working on not saying such derogatory things. And I'm working on it. But let's just say I'm not a fan. She's in politics and she be updating me on shit. You know what I'm saying? Her family's into politics and they talk about these things. And I learn and absorb. But one thing is though, I think it's all stupid. I think they're all idiots. That's what I honestly think. But that don't mean shit can't be accomplished with the motherfucking shit that's in place. And that's what she's been learning me too. That just because I hate it and I think it's a joke, don't mean I can't at least try to participate in the positive movement of this situation. And that's cool, and I understand that. I'm not. It doesn't come across my. We an educated woman. Yes, she's very educated. Um, Lost my train of thought, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the shit. And she been learning me that just because I don't like the way it is, don't mean I can't help out and be part of the positive change. But the issue is I don't have faith in the American people as a whole. Y'all have already showed me too many times that y'all fucking retard stuff. And I'm not supposed to be saying that word. I was talking about y'all fucking eating Pop Tarts. But y'all done already shown me that y'all can't be trusted, basically. It's too many times that people as a whole have shown me that they're stupid. They don't do stuff right. There's a lot of smart people, but there's a whole hell of a lot of more dumb people. And the problem is there's more dumb people now than ever because everything's easy. Everything's done for you. You ain't got to know shit at this point. The computer do it for you. People don't know how to do anything. There's so many apps and everything that automate your life that you're not even working out the brain muscles that you have in order to be able to solve not even complex problems, just to solve simple as problems. You're not getting that exercise in your brain. And I be telling you motherfuckers that the brain is a muscle and you got to work it out just like your biceps and shit. You're sitting around doom scrolling all day. not taking in no proper information, and not expanding upon that information if you're interested in it. You can only expand so much until somebody done kick somebody's ass on Instagram, or somebody shaking their ass in a place they shouldn't be. You can only expand on that motherfucking shit so much. You gotta find some shit that interests you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my lady be into politics, and she been telling me about the government shutdown. So I'm gonna try to educate myself on this shit too. So what we gonna do? Look into this government shutdown before we go into some other things. We're doing a little bit of research on the show, and then we may talk to the people that is fucking up in these stories that we read or hear. One thing that came across my desk is I hear that boy Diddy got slapped with a motherfucking sentence, 4 years. Some of you say he deserved it. Some of you say he should have been put in longer. Some of you say he should be out of jail free, and you can't go to jail for watching people have sex. Apparently, I'm gonna say I agree with the sentence. Lock his ass up, you fucking weirdo. Nasty niggas gotta go. That's all I can say. The nasty niggas have got to go. And that doesn't mean anybody from a particular race. That means everybody. Nasty motherfuckers. Get them up out of here. Lock them up. Hit the road, dude. That's what he got to do, man. But I don't think he's going to real jail. He's probably going to go to summer camp for a couple years, and be back out doing the nasty shit. He'll go to an island, and hopefully he makes use of NDAs this time, and hopefully he learned his lesson. Get well soon, Diddy. Anyway, back to this government shutdown. So, like I said, I'm using some new technology. We're gonna pull that shit up right there, and yeah, it kind of looks like I'm looking at it, but it's cool. So, hopefully your goddamn goggles work. If not, I'll read it to you. I don't have no problem. But what we're gonna do is look up, why did the government shut down? From BBC. I don't know, but I'd be more I'm more likely to believe shit from BBC just because they're not from here. So I feel like they wouldn't have a biased interest. It's kind of hard. That's my problem with this shit, man. It's hard to find somebody that's straight down the middle. Just because you find a motherfucker that agrees with some shit that you think don't mean it's straight down the middle. And it's hard to find shit like that these days, man. Really. So, why is the US government shut down? 2025. The US government shut down in its third day as Republican and Democratic politicians failed to agree a way forward to resolve a budget dispute. Okay. So we got old niggas arguing over money, per the usual. It means that some, but not all, U.S. government services are temporarily suspended, and 40% of the federal workforce, which is about 750,000 people, are expected to be put on. Oh, damn. Y'all get unpaid leave at that? Although budget confrontations are common in U.S. politics, this spending fight especially tense because President Donald Trump has drastically reduced the size of the national government since taking office, and has suggested he may use the current impasse to make further cuts. Why is the government shutdown happened because they couldn't agree to pass a bill funding government services in October and beyond. Under the U.S. system, the different branches of government have to reach an agreement on spending plans before can become law. Uh, I need to know what really happened, actually. So we're not going to read all of this. Which government services will stop? Border protection and law enforcement staff, immigration, customs enforcement agents, and in hospital medical care and air traffic control workers are expected to operate as usual. Of course they are. Social Security and Medicare checks will be sent out, although benefit verification and card issuance work may stop. That's crazy. Um, National parks and forests remained open during last shutdown in 2018, but with few or no staff, which experts said to lead to a rise in vandalism, littering, and looting of historical sites. Um, yeah, basically they're all fucking idiots. We know who's the idiot. It's the man Trump. What you on, nigga? Truly, what are you on, bruh? Who was you in bed with, son? What you doing, nigga? You doing too much. And it was imparted upon me that the last time the government shut down was your ass. Why you keep doing that, dude? Why we should because y'all can't agree on a plan? And from what I hear, I may not be particularly educated in this shit, but from what I hear is you want to cut out Medicare basically. Um, Government shutdown since 1980. Duration of funding gap in days, 35 days was the longest in December. So the government could be y'all put niggas at risk. Like did they get their payment back once the government resumed? Or y'all just said, figure it out. Estimated that the 2018-2019 shutdown reduced economic output by almost 11 billion, including 3 billion that it never regained. But shutdowns predate Trump. The second largest to date was 21 days under Democratic President Bill Clinton in 1995. His fellow Democrat Barack Obama had a 16-day shutdown during his time. We know why Barack had a 16-day shutdown. They hated his goddamn ass so much that he couldn't get shit done the so quote unquote right way. They was just blocking shit because they didn't like his black ass. But we already know that shit. And I'm not even a motherfucking politics person. I honestly think all of it is horse shit. And this is what happens when you have humans governing shit. Honestly, it's just a matter of time before AI becomes the president, man. It's gonna take for all these old motherfuckers to die out, and then AI is gonna become president. That's really as simple as it is. We just gotta wait. I don't know. Hopefully that's in my lifetime, but I'm gonna probably be an old nigga by then. You know what I'm saying? So let's look what the actual facts are. Government shutdown. So, see if somebody's got a list. The facts. And honestly, we know Google skews search results. If you didn't know that, we know that. Let's see what PBS say. I think they're decent. Let me know if they're not. Hold up 1 second. Oh, what just happened? Oh, let me stop recording and continue my stream because I'm running out of space and I didn't route it to my goddamn external. Is it plugged up? Yeah, it is, but we'll do that next time. No worries. We learning new technology. We learning with new technology. Let me get my window. What happened? Let's see. We back. Yeah, we back. Let's read this shit. Don't make me subscribe. Oh, women, infant, and children programs will not be funded. Okay, not surprised. Agriculture departments plan to shut down. Said its women, infants, and children program, which provides food to low-income families, shall continue operations, subject to the ability of funding. Which means they're going to decrease it because they ain't going to have the money. That's basically what they're saying there. Healthcare. Republicans are spiking health insurance premiums by 75% for everyday Americans if they don't extend enhanced ACA subsidies. That's what someone from Massachusetts said, Representative Catherine Clark. Mostly true. Oh, PBS checking niggas. They said mostly true. If Republican controlled Congress does not extend Affordable Care Act enhanced subsidies before they expire at the end of the year, enrollees will have to pay more. Okay. Um, FEMA won't be funded during. All right, what the fuck ever, man. I'm already sick of reading this shit. There's so much bullshit. Figure this shit out, man. And I got something to say to you motherfuckers that be on Instagram acting like you into this shit and you want to make your motherfucking community better. My woman talk, be really out there in the political streets. If you really want to make a change, niggas be telling me who to vote for and they don't even know the three branches of government. All right. So if you want to make a change, vote for your local council person. Vote for your goddamn school board because the kids is dumb as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Vote for the city councilman if I didn't already say that. So vote for the state representative. Vote for the congressperson. Vote for the goddamn mayor. All right? Because this president shit is all predicated on these motherfuckers under him. All right? If you don't understand how the shit works, if you actually believe in the shit, I think it's all a bunch of malarkey, personally. But hey, as I was educated, just because I think it's bullshit, don't mean I can't give a little energy to try to make it better. And that's all I'm gonna say on this government shutdown shit. Donald Trump, get your goddamn shit together, nigga. You wilding out here. I don't know what it is you trying to prove, nigga. You won. You won. Go retire. You're old as fuck. Why are you doing this to yourself? You really fucking addicted to this shit? Anyway, just set shit together, man. It ain't even that serious. Um, but anyway, we're here for what I really wanted to talk about. What I really wanted to talk about is over there in Egypt. Niggas was making fun of me last time. They think I'm just on here reading tabernacle scriptures, was the words that was chosen. And it ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? We over here getting educated on shit that's happening and discoveries that's being made. While while people is out here distracted by goddamn TikTok, whose ass is on the screen this week, who getting their goddamn face beat in this week, who done sexually assaulted somebody this week. It's all you like to call it nigga nonsense. That's what that shit is. And again, like I said earlier, that don't mean any person of any particular race. Niggas is people. And that is nigga nonsense. There's discoveries being made that's literally putting into question that we're not even the first civilization here. We might be the second or the third. That motherfuckers have gotten to this level, if not further, and then shit was wiped out. If you paid attention to my previous podcast, we've gone over shit like the Great Flood, how every culture, just about every culture slash religion that goes back thousands of years has a ancient flood myth. And we're not gonna get into the weeds about that. If you want to, you can go back and watch my past episodes or do the research for yourself. Because that's what this segment of the show is for motherfuckers to you hear some shit that you either think is bullshit or you think it might be interesting. Maybe you go do some research, do some Googling if that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say now, Google be skewing motherfucking searches. That's been proven. If you don't believe me, Google that. But Google will probably tell you it ain't happened. There are some unbiased search engines. I'm not about to name them because they ain't paying me. If you'd like to figure them out, for 'em. Maybe check. GPT ain't doing nothing but siphoning everybody's goddamn information. Niggas be uploading their bills, doctors' reports, motherfucking kids' goddamn information, and be like, what should I do with this? What should I do with this? What does this mean? Huh? What you think? Yeah, not to run the world. Don't let chat get a body. Chat get a body, we all done so. All right? Who the fuck is this on my goddamn phone? Nobody. Nigga nonsense. That's what it is. And they sending this shit to our phones so that we can partake in this nigga nonsense. doom scrolling. It's the TikTok. Niggas taking a sound that somebody else made and reenacting that sound that somebody else done reenacted. I'm over that shit. This the hate cast. That shit's stupid. And maybe that's just me being an old nigga. And just because I think it's stupid don't mean it's not cool for somebody else. Somebody probably my age now thought shit that I was into was stupid when I was a lad. So I gotta remember that. But I'm hating. That shit's stupid. Yeah, stop doing it. Egypt. Like I was saying, there's a lot of discoveries being made that we may not even be the first or second civilization that has gotten to this level or further. Our entire recorded history is just the blink of an eye on the cosmic scale. And that should tell you something. There's so much shit that has happened that motherfuckers don't know. And we already know that the motherfuckers that wrote history was on that bullshit. We know it. And we just choose to motherfucking figure it out. Can't go. Like I said last time, if somebody you know walks up and says, "Oh, you know, how do you know? Where did you cite your source, nigga? How did you get this information?" Because one thing I'm sick of is motherfuckers just giving me information that they got off of somebody else because they like them, and that's what a lot of y'all people do, man. On both sides, you pick somebody that you like. Oh, I like that information. If you don't agree with the information, you're like, hmm. Just because you like somebody don't mean you gotta agree with everything they say. And just because you don't like somebody, don't mean you can't find some things that they say sometimes and you go, that's a good point. And I'm learning that myself. Because we're trying to grow on the KO show. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow financially, mentally. I don't know about spiritual. We'll revisit that another time though. Y'all ain't ready for that goddamn conversation, man. But anyway, they've been finding some things under the pyramids in Egypt. And motherfuckers get sick of this. They be like, "Oh, niggas been researching Egypt for 100 goddamn years. It's the same shit, but it ain't because we've been getting new technology. They got this shit called lidar technology. Scans from the air. That's how they found lost cities in the goddamn Amazon recently because all the shit was overgrown. An entire city in the Amazon can be overgrown within years. So imagine what has happened to the world or places that have been gone for thousands of years, hundreds of years, and the Amazon grows over it. There's lots of crazy shit out there. And the new thing that's making it crazy out here is lidar technology. LiDAR technology sounds like some crazy, silly sci-fi shit. It sounds like some conspiracy theorists is into. Some may consider me a conspiracy theorist, but just because it's a conspiracy, don't mean it don't happen. Niggas get sent to jail all the time for conspiring to commit murder, conspiring to commit fraud. A conspiracy means you conspiring. It don't mean fake shit. If it was called fake shit, then you wouldn't know. And I'll just give you one example if you want to go Google some shit up. Google some Operation Paperclip. That's all I'm gonna say. A very simple, well-known one. And if you think everything that's a conspiracy means it's horse shit, yeah, maybe you should Google that. Just because it's a conspiracy doesn't mean it's bullshit. It means niggas was conspiring. When you conspiring, you on some snake shit. You on some skep shit. If you from Cincinnati, you understand what skep mean, nigga. You on some snake shit, son. That's what that shit mean if you conspiring. Niggas conspire every day. They go shoot their partner and they conspired with their other partner. If you don't believe me, just search that one up, and that might be the tip of the iceberg for you, and send you down the rabbit hole. Because there's a lot of crazy shit out here. Everything you think motherfuckers is up to in your wildest dreams, they probably up to, if not weirder. But anyway, they find the shit under the desert in Egypt. under the pyramids. And we're gonna go and get the motherfucking facts so I don't lead you the wrong way. We're gonna see exactly what's going on. Give me a second. Let me tell you. All I put was structures found, and it said structures found under the pyramids. Um, Euro News, AFP, fact check. Let's see what this is. Large structure found under the pyramids. This is if you into this type of shit, this was big breaking news in spring of this year. Scientists rubbish claims of giant structures underneath the Egyptian pyramids. One of the main scientists is Zawi Hawass. If you don't know who that is, search him up. He's absolutely full of shit. If I'm not mistaken, this nigga said there's nothing to see here. You won't find anything, and if you find something, we already knew about it. Online, claims of large underground structures discovered under Egypt's famed pyramids of Giza are unfounded, experts in the field say. The assertion stemmed from a YouTube video featuring three Italian researchers with no background in Egyptology or archaeology. I understand that, but just because you don't have a background in it doesn't mean you're not full of shit. You feel me? Um, let's see what else they're saying. Experts told AFP the trio's research does not hold water. The pyramids are monumental structures built on a flat plateau. Dr. Jean-Guillaume Olet Pelletier, doctor of Egyptology at the University of Paris, Sorbonne. They were then excavated or converted to include burial and funerary chambers, but there is no evidence of underground networks as deep as those mentioned. So basically, they're all saying it's poppycock, hogwash, rubbish. Oh, look, Zawi Hawass. Hawass added that no researchers have used radar devices inside the pyramid. There is no scientific evidence to support these assertions. No archaeological missions are currently working inside the pyramid. That's not how LiDAR works. Pretty sure his ass said he doesn't even understand the science behind LiDAR. Um, let's see. So that was telling me what everybody was saying was a problem. Controversial case. Answers in Genesis. Let's see what this is. There we go. Bombshell claims by researchers have set the internet and blogosphere alight. The researchers believe they had discovered a massive ancient artificial structure nearly 2,000 feet beneath the pyramids, which until now were entirely unknown to mainstream archaeology, or so they claim. Conspiracy theorists have clamored with explanations such as ancient aliens, Giza power plants, lost civilization, and pre-flood technology. My interest was piqued by such an astonishing revelation because my personal connections to Egypt, exploring for oil and gas with the seismic industry. A dozen or so visits to the pyramids while living in Cairo and a master's degree in Egyptology. We know about these are a group of Italian researchers that found this. Um, they say that Menkaur's pyramid is sitting on top of something far bigger and more mysterious based on their LiDAR technology. And they use a synthetic aperture radar, SAR. What that is, madness in the method. These researchers use the following methods and technology. So they use something called a synthetic aperture radar, SAR. What is that? A well established technique typically used to monitor ground movements such as landslides and earthquakes. How it works: the radar pulses are sent from satellites, aircraft, and drones to the ground. This is LiDAR, ain't it? Reflected signals are compared over time to detect tiny changes in solid surfaces within the study area. Okay, so that's one thing they use. Doppler tomography from surface vibrations. I'm not reading all of that. Sounds like it's a little bit much for me. No, fuck that. We're going to need to get educated. What it does is it analyzes Doppler shifts, tiny frequency changes, and radar echoes caused by micro movements such as seismic vibrations. The technique involves the extrapolation of 3D images based on how so basically it sounds like it's sending out vibrations or records vibrations bouncing off because everything is a vibration. Good vibrations, bad vibrations. If you don't know that, Google it up because you probably ain't in the shit. But basically, what this thing does is it detects and reads and the vibrations bouncing off the surface, and I guess it can extrapolate 3D images based on these vibrations, and I guess based on the vibration you get, you can determine how far it goes down. In the latest study, they used AI to identify underground structures from the data rather than human interpretation. I'm stuck on the fence with this AI shit. Because on one hand, AI be bullshitting. But one thing we know humans do is bullshit. Everything in history was written by some nigga bullshit, drunk off his ass. So that's probably what the problem is with that right there. Let me check my goddamn shit real quick. All right, we good. Um, Egyptologists are unconvinced. Unsurprisingly, Khufu's scans claim of a subterranean megastructure has triggered waves of skepticism in the academic world. For instance, Dr. Zahir Hawass. I'll tell you right now, this nigga's full of shit. You don't just say that. I've actually listened to this nigga talk for at least 2 hours and then did some more research. And everybody that I have, some respect for and think they do some decent science. I think they're right. He's a fucking jackass, bro. Like I said, he said there's nothing to find there. There's not you're not gonna find anything. And if you do, we already knew about it. What? Um yeah, but he's also from Egypt, I believe, and he just thinks he knows everything. Um Basically he dismissed it and said it's poppycock, paraphrasing. Um don't want to read all of that. Despite the criticism, Khufu Scan's team stand by their findings, stating more analysis is on the way. We're still gathering information to thoroughly study the matter. Until then, Egyptologists urge caution. With no excavation, no physical evidence, and no new peer-reviewed data, these claims remain speculative at best. But the problem is, it's bullshit in the science industry. You motherfuckers be guarding that shit too. No matter what you into out there is a hating ass nigga out there gatekeeping because their whole career and their whole image and their entire life is based on certain claims. And when you say certain claims, it could take away everything they've ever written. Turn around it won't turn it around because they already made the money, but all of that shit would be for naught, and then they would have no legacy. A lot of these old motherfuckers is serious about that legacy, man. They call them pyramidians. But one thing I know about these scientists is that y'all full of shit. Y'all have been bribed. Y'all can be had for the right price. And I don't like the way. Can you show a video of it? Here's a picture. Let me see if I can find a video of it. One sec. Let me make this a little bigger for y'all to see. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see this shit. New technology. See that? Good vibrations.
There are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Even more intriguing, at the base of these structures are two massive cubic formations measuring approximately 80 meters in diameter. These are vertical wells with intricate spiral pathways. Completely blows the dynastic Egyptian model out of the water. The radar analysis extends beneath the entire Giza Plateau, revealing interconnected structures beneath not only the Great Pyramid of Giza, but also those of Khufu and Menkaure. There are huge
I'm gonna watch
structures
this one more
coming
time
down
because
from
I
the
know there's
base
a
of the
lot to take
pyramid
in.
deep into the bedrock, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Even more intriguing, at the base of these structures are two massive cubic formations measuring approximately 80 meters in diameter. These are vertical wells with intricate spiral pathways. Completely blows the dynastic Egyptian model out of the water. The radar analysis extends beneath the entire Giza Plateau, revealing interconnected structures beneath not only the Great Pyramid of Giza, but also those of Khufu and Menkaure. There are
Hey yo, where you going, bro?
See if we can find another one. Don't like the way she looks. Yeah.
This new pyramid that's just come out.
Oh, this is insane.
We're not watching this. I'm not watching some shit that some dickhead in his goddamn phone put together. I need to see real goddamn scientists. That's the problem with YouTube, man. It's a lot of nigga nonsense on this shit. That was a good one. I'll take that one. That was a decent one. But yeah, new technology. They saying that they're finding um, cylindrical structures built 2 kilometers under the desert. I mean, under the pyramids, with spiral pathways. And if you listen to me on my last show or some other things, if you might be into this shit, a lot of people think the power was the pyramids was a power source. It was not used for burial. It was not to bury the pharaohs. That shit was decided most likely when they found the shit. They know it is a fact. If you ever play a motherfucking trivia game, they will always tell you in every trivia game I've seen, Cleopatra, Egyptian pharaohess, lived closer to the invention of the iPhone than she did to the construction of the pyramids. It is very possible at this point that the ancient Egyptians found that motherfucker. How is that shit still standing? You motherfuckers build a building downtown, that shit ready to crumble in 200 years. Go look at Cincinnati. All this goddamn historical shit. This shit 250 years old, about to topple over at any minute. And you expect me to believe that this shit done sat here for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And it's just a little erosion. Something weird, man. You got to admit that some shit ain't adding up. They keep finding shit. I've been telling y'all that they found whale bones, or at least my sources tell me, and we can search this up right now because maybe I'm full of shit. But they're finding whale bones in the desert. They say they find glass in the sands of the desert. Glass can only be sand can only be turned into glass at about 3,000 degrees. So that leads them to believe that that's signs of a nuclear or some sort of weapon of mass destruction or some sort of nuclear explosion, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Again, if they're finding glass in the sands of the desert, we all know they make glass out of sand, but there's no natural temperature on Earth that creates 3,000 degrees. That's only the only, as far as I know, the only thing that's able to produce that type of heat is a nuclear reaction. I think I explained that properly. Anyway, Let's look up these whale bones found in the sands of the Sahara, and we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. This is big shit, man. Y'all out here paying attention to nigga nonsense. Yes, whale bones and skeletons have been found in the Sahara Desert, specifically in the Wadi al Haitan, Valley of the Whales, in the Egyptian Western Desert. This is the site of most important concentration of early whale fossils in the world, with hundreds of specimens documenting the evolution of whales from land mammals to ocean-dwelling creatures. The fossils dating back about 40 million years reveal the presence of Tethys Ocean that once covered the area, showing whale skeletons with both hind legs and flippers. Why are these fossils significant? The fossils provide clear evidence of whale evolution from land dwelling creatures to ocean going mammals. They are preserved so well that they show details like hind legs that were gradually lost during the evolutionary process. Scientists use these fossils to understand the past environments and ecosystems of the region when it was underwater. So, at some point in the past, I don't think anyone can agree on how far ago or how long ago, but at some point in the past, the Sahara Desert was covered in water, which means at some point in the past after that, it became a fertile area. And then at some point in the past after that, it became a desert. And that loops me back around to every ancient culture slash religion has a great flood story that everything was wiped out and that humans reemerged from the cage generations later, and they forgot a lot of technology was lost. Someone explained that shit properly. If somebody was to nuke this motherfucker today, and we all had to go underground, bomb shelters, motherfucking you ever seen Fallout? Bomb shelters. Go into the caves. It's too radioactive up here. If somebody was to drop a goddamn bomb on this bitch, destroy the whole world. You gotta go underground for safety. Say 30 years from now we come back, we'll be telling our kids about cell phones. You done walked into some education. That's what you walked into. We over here exposing motherfuckers that think they scientists with new science. That's what's going on. But anyway, like I was saying, they finding whale bones in the desert. And like I said, that an ocean once covered the area, which means there could have been a great flood sometime. And even if there wasn't, that means that one, the ocean was over this area. Two, at some point that shit became that water subsided and it became a nice fertile area, which is why society expanded so much in Egypt. These motherfuckers wasn't worried about killing their next meal and how they gonna live the next day and bonking their wife over their head with the club. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have time for this shit. I mean, they did. If you can't become a civilization and begin thinking about the moon and stars if every goddamn minute of your life is spent fucking trying to figure out how you're gonna eat or running from dinosaurs and fucking saber-toothed tigers. So at one point, well, this is the motherfucking the chronology of the shit. At defining whale bones fossilized back to 40 million years ago in the Sahara Desert, that water and ocean once covered the area. At some point in time, that water dissipated and became fertile, a fertile area. So that motherfuckers that find this area can be like, oh, this is good land. We can grow. We can grow crops. We're not fucking trying to get killed by a goddamn 8-foot bear or whatever they was. They was like 20 feet tall. Some 20 feet tall bear, saber-toothed tiger shit. That ain't my wheelhouse. I'm just talking shit. But they're not worried about when their next meal is coming from. They're not worried about if I'm gonna starve the next day. They got time to think about the moon and the stars, so that's why they became such a great civilization. We like to consider them one of, if not the most advanced ancient civilization, and that's where this shit came from. They had time, nigga. What they call it, leisure period, leisure time. You got time to think, and then at some point that shit dried out again and became a desert. And that's what I'm saying, man. It's a lot of shit, a lot of discoveries going on out here. My boy, I'm sorry you came in late to this, but we've been going over some shit. We've been talking about the government shutdown. We was talking about structures that have been found under the pyramids. They found cylindrical structures under the pyramids that go down 2 kilometers deep with spiraling all across of it, spiraling all the way down. And this shit is cool. This shit is interesting as fuck. You just gotta apply a little motherfucking I don't want to say common sense, but a little bit of logic. Something ain't adding up from these old motherfucking science niggas, and they fighting this shit a little bit too hard. Yes, the government shut down, man. I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago. They put 750 people out of jobs on leave without pay until they figure it out. The last government shutdown was in 2018 when this nigga was wilding, and it lasted 35 days. And I don't think I don't know if they got paid back or not, but yeah, um, the last one lasted 45 35 days. This one is now because they can't agree on a new spending plan. I'm sick of you old niggas, man. It don't make no sense. Y'all all corrupt. If motherfuckers actually wanted to help niggas, this shit would have already been fixed. But the government is shut down. That's a lot of 750,000 people without pay right now, without a job. They're supposed to be furloughed, which, to my knowledge, means they come back once the government resumes operations. But your boy, Trump said that he may consider just laying them off altogether because he's downsizing the fuck out of the government. And the shit's fucking fucked up. That's a lot of motherfuckers that got government jobs. They just work in the goddamn office for their city and don't understand they got a government job and now them niggas out of work. I hope y'all get paid. I hope the last time it shut down for 35 days that the rent office said, well, nigga, where the money at? And you ain't get your back pay. This shit's all fucked up, man. That's why I'm moving somewhere. I don't know where, but at some point by 40, which is a good deal of time before then, I might got to get the fuck up out of here, man. Shit crazy. Yeah, that boy out there wilding. I don't know what's wrong with that nigga. I don't know what's wrong with him. Nigga wilding. But like I was saying, there's whale bones under the pyramids. And I'm gonna say again, they've been finding. Let's look it up. We got a little bit of time. Let's look it up. They've been finding glass in the sands of the Sahara Desert. Now we all know that glass is made from sand. But glass can only be made from sand at a temperature of 3,000 degrees or above. I don't know if it's Fahrenheit or Celsius, but either way, it's pretty fucking hot. All right. But the thing is, there's no natural reaction on Earth or natural occurrence on Earth that burns that hot. Let's check. Let's see how hot does a volcano burn at? How hot is a volcano? How hot is a volcano? How hot is volcano lava? 700 degrees Celsius to 1250 degrees Celsius. So volcano lava is hold on, let me make sure I got this up so y'all can see. Make sure I ain't giving you no fake news. It's a little small, but get your shit, get your zoom ins. Volcano lava is 1300 degrees to 2280 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's look up how hot does sand have to be to turn into glass. Sand needs to reach a temperature of 1,700 degrees Celsius or 3,090 degrees Fahrenheit to melt into a liquid form that can become glass. Although this temperature can be lowered by adding fluxes like soda ash and calcium oxide, which are common in glass making. The exact temperature depends on the type of glass being made, but it has to be at 3,090 degrees Fahrenheit to melt into that liquid. All right. So if they finding glass in the desert, there's no natural occurrence on Earth that burns that hot. A volcano lava only burns half as hot of the temperature that is needed to turn sand into glass. And they finding glass up under the goddamn Sahara. And they only think that one thing could have caused that, and that is a nuclear reaction. Now, when it comes to this nuclear reaction, have we ever heard of there being a nuclear bomb dropped off in the Sahara Desert? Is anybody bombed Africa with nuclear subjects? No, not to my knowledge. I can do some more research on it, but I'm willing to bet. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But cite your sources, nigga, because I ain't taking no information from nobody that sound like they full of shit. Me, I'm educating, and we don't have that enough. There's too much nigga nonsense going on in the community. And in the community, I mean this generation. It don't matter your race. Nigga nonsense is afoot, and I'm out to squash it. So if they find in glass under the desert, they think it's from a nuclear reaction. Yeah, well, apparently these fucking idiots have sent nukes to the moon and shit too, but we'll get into that shit a whole nother day. They send this shit anywhere, bro. They go in the ocean, they drop them underground, they do all types of dumb shit. But I don't think they dropped any in Africa, or we would have known about that because the Sahara was already there. You know what I'm saying? Wish I could show the chat, but I guess the chat shows up in the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to do that. You can put motherfuckers in timeout on this shit too. Got some control. I can add somebody as a moderator. Somebody moderate my motherfucking chat once we get them proper viewers. Um, yeah, I can put users in timeout, but I ain't putting nobody in timeout. We all learning here, man. But anyway, they finding glass up under the desert. You need to burn it. You need to burn at 3,090 degrees in order to melt the sand in the glass. There is no natural occurrence on Earth that burns that hot, and ain't nobody dropped no nuke in the Sahara Desert in recent history, recorded history that I'm aware of. And they just figured out nukes about almost 100 years ago. So what the fuck was going on? That's all I'm saying, man. Shit crazy out here once you actually think about it. Um, there are some ancient tablets that say that there was weapons of mass destruction back in those times, but we still got to check on the validity of that. I'm still doing my research because I found some damning evidence regarding those ancient emerald tablets, but I also feel that there may be a bit of a misdirection, a misinformation that has been cast about that subject. So I'm still doing my research before I come on this motherfucker and look like a dumbass talking about that. But there's some crazy shit going on out there, man. And I would love to hear some ideas if anybody has on why they're finding glass under the desert. It don't make no sense. Ain't nothing burnt there that hot, and they just finding it naturally. That don't make you don't just find natural glass. That shit has to be made. You have to have something that burns that hot, a machine of some sort. The only natural thing that would do that would be a nuclear reaction. And speaking of nuclear reactions, don't even get me started on my first thought of the culprit, which may be the Ark of the Covenant. Now, if you grew up and you've been in the, you got drugged through the motherfucking church and shit, there's a lot of bullshit that going on in there, but they be sprinkling some truth in there. It's a lot of truth in all of these religions, man. But it's also a whole lot of hogwash. And what happens is horny niggas take over. And when horny niggas take over a religion, watch out. It's donezo. The whole fucking shit done went to shit. But it's a little truth sprinkled in all of this shit, man. And if you don't know about the Ark of the Covenant, that shit does exist and they guard that shit in Ethiopia. Right? No, to this day. And you might have to do some Googles on that, and we can go into that on a later show because that would take up a whole show. But the Ark of the Covenant exists, and if you was drugged through the church, you've heard of this thing. And from what they said in the Bible, And in congruence with things that have been said about it in other writings, past writings. I don't want to say ancient, but that shit sound like motherfucking radiation poison, radiation sickness, radiation death. Niggas' eyes was falling out, hair falling out, teeth falling out, motherfucker liquefying their organs and shit. The Ethiopians, if I'm not mistaken, they appoint someone like a high priest to guard the Ark of the Covenant to this day. And and they die at a pretty high rate actually. So let me make sure, let me check my ring, make sure motherfuckers ain't in my house. Okay, we straight. But yeah, so they appoint a high priest every so often to they appoint a priest every so often to guard this Ark of the Covenant, and they die very quickly, all with symptoms that look a lot like radiation poisoning. So some people have gathered that they think the Ark of the Covenant was a weapon of mass destruction way back in ancient times, but we're gonna get into that on another show. That's some high speculation, but all you gotta do is look at the shit that's out there. My light dying. Yes, that is a real thing. If you don't believe me, please go look it up. The Ark of the Covenant is guarded by Ethiopians to this day. There is an Ethiopian version of the Bible, and it includes the Book of Enoch, which was omitted from the Bible by King James version. I don't know if King James decided it, but King James also writes Satan Bibles, and he also diddles kids. Well, he did diddle kids. He was a pedophile of the highest order, Hall of Fame numbers. And a lot of people, if you do have a Bible, there's a King James Bible that you're reading. There's also an Ethiopian Holy Bible, and it has the Book of Enoch, which I cannot go into because I would need multiple episodes to go into that. But if you want to just go have Chat GPT give you some motherfucking bullet points in the Book of Enoch, find out what you're reading that shit. This shit get fucking wild, bro. There's no way you're gonna tell me these Christians go to church every day and they tell me a white nigga walked on water in the desert 2,000 years ago, but you can't believe some other shit that may have been admitted by these white people that say that there was a white man that walked in the middle of fucking Africa 2,000 years ago, and he walked on water, and his name was Jesus, when the letter J didn't even exist at that point. And they also don't mention the fact that he left the Bible from the ages of 12 to 33 or 12 to 31, something like that. Where the fuck was he at? Now, this person I do think was a real person because he does seem to show up in a lot of ancient texts from around that period. But the name ain't Jesus. The name is Yeshua or Yahuwah or some shit like that. But that's a whole nother episode, man. This shit get crazy. This shit get deep. But you ain't got to believe none of the shit I'm saying. I could just be a goddamn wacko or Yahoo on the internet spouting off some shit. But if something sounds interesting to you and you like, damn, that's crazy. I wonder if that's true. Go look it up, man. Google exists. Chat GPT exists. But you got to be careful of them motherfuckers because they be skewing information too. Go do the research for yourself and find you a nice unbiased search engine. And then, get you a VPN. Don't get your shit watched. Because they be spying on niggas, man. And that's the name of the channel. And that's it for episode 9. It's me, the boy, the one and only, the blood clot Bodman, KO spying on him for the one time and every time. Appreciate y'all for watching with me. This was a good episode. First episode with this new technology. And we're going to get better every time. But my lighting done went out, so I'm done too. Appreciate y'all.